Here we are with another installment of the Devotional. If you have been reading in the Life Journal, you've been reading through Judges, been in Psalms, and in First Corinthians. Finished up Corinthians on Tuesday, and chapter 16 was particularly interesting to me, and what really stood out was verses 13 and 14. And Paul tells us, above everything else, the last few chapters of Corinthians First Corinthians is pretty neat because, of course, chapter 12 talks about all of these, or not all of these spiritual gifts, but some of the spiritual gifts. Chapter 13 throws everything into perspective by saying that all of that stuff is neat, all of that stuff is great, but if it isn't done in love, it doesn't matter. 14, he talks about the priority of what he referred to at one point as the greater spiritual gifts, and the idea that we should prophesy or strive to prophesy as opposed to speaking in tongues, because prophecy is more beneficial for everyone. In any case, he finishes up and he talks in 13 and 14 of chapter 16, getting a little confusing. He says, "Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men. Be strong. Let all that you do be done in love." And there's that idea again that everything that we do, everything that matters, has to be done in love. But be watchful. Look out. Not just the paranoid sort of, being afraid kind of a thing. Because again, the Bible talks so often about not being afraid. But be watchful. Look at what is going on. Examine it. Hang on to it. Feel it. Touch it. Go deeper than what other people want you to think. Examine, I think, is probably the best word. And then stand firm in the faith. Again, in light of everything that is going on, and frankly, this is no different than anything else that has not gone on in the history of the world. But we as Christians are called to stand firm in the faith. God knows precisely what is going on here. He knows exactly what is happening in your circumstance, and he has a plan to get you through. That's why you need to be watchful. You need to be looking at him, focusing your eyes on Jesus, the author, the finisher of your faith. He has the plan, and if you're going to get through all of this stuff, it's with him. And so if you stand firm in your faith, and again, be who you have been called to be, then these things, it's not that they're not going to matter. It's not that your life is going to go wonderfully and perfectly. And again, come to Jesus and all your problems will go away. Trust me, if you're out there, I'll find you. And if I find out you're the guy who said that, I am going to smack you hard, fast, and repeatedly, because that just doesn't bear out. We still have problems. In fact, Jesus is the one who promises that we will have tribulations in this life. Who are you going to trust? Some knucklehead who tells you come to Jesus and everything's going to be hunky-dory? Or Jesus who says, hey, you're going to have problems. Things are going to happen. And Paul warns us, and that's why Paul says, be watchful. Look at things, examine things, feel them, check them out for yourself. Don't accept what somebody else has, because all of us, we got agendas. We got stuff we want to prove. So that's why you need to sit back and you need to go to your source, God, because he doesn't have an agenda. Well, actually, he does. His agenda is for you. His agenda is to make you the best you can be. Get a little excited about this stuff, don't we? We need to interpret what is going on through what God says. And ultimately and foremost, we who belong to him are his. He has plans. He has desires. He has things He wants us to do right now, in spite of the circumstances that we find ourselves in. Again, several people have been talking about the idea or asking, oh, is this it? Or should we be, is Jesus coming back? Well, yeah, Jesus is coming back, and we don't know when. But I don't think it's going to be today. I don't think it's going to be for a while. And even if it is today, we have a job to do. So be watchful. Stand firm in that faith that you have. Act like a person who trusts God implicitly, and be strong. And let everything that you do be done in love. Okay, kids, we will see you next time. Love you. Bye-bye.